Hamster time.
Hamster time. Good morning, Skyhawks. I'm Pri.
And I'm Harlow.
Shout out to Landon.
And we have to say thanks, Landon, because without the reminder to open the Mystery Monday form to responses,
We'd all be waiting.
and waiting.
And waiting.
Thanks for your patience.
Welcome to SNN5.
Your school news in 5-ish minutes.
Today is Tuesday, February 14th, 2023.
It's a Hawk Day, which means start periods 2, 4, and 6.
For today's phone-in, we want to talk about a man who was born into slavery on a plantation.
But he loved to read.
And he learned to read.
And write at a young age, even though in the South it was considered a criminal act.
He was a black cowboy.
And he wrote westerns.
What was his name? A. Robert Love.
B. Just Love.
C. Nat Love.
Or D. Thomas Love.
Call 78293 with your answer ready.
And wait until we say go!
Have you registered for Gaga Ball yet?
It starts on February 27th.
And goes until April 12th.
It's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
From 4 to 5 p.m.
There's still time to sign up.
The cost is only $10.
With an ASB card.
Link in the description. Knowledgeable news.
There won't be a meeting on Thursday.
There is a meet today, right here at Skyridge.
We know you'll do great.
Go
Skyhawks!
Student Center is all about loom knitting today.
And remember to return knitting supplies if you borrowed.
And be sure to talk with Mrs. Theobar about any projects you want to keep on working. From the LMC, let's share another anti-bullying book.
In what title do you meet a kid who is the biggest, sweatiest in his grade?
And everyone knows he can barely read or write.
Mason's learning disabilities are compounded by grief.
And he's the one everyone blames.
But he's so sad and traumatized he can barely talk about it.
Can you name the book?
Oh.
The Truth as Told by Mason Buttle.
It's absolutely an LMC favorite.
Mason is bullied relentlessly.
And you want to climb into the pages.
However, you end up learning from his example and experience.
Kindness goes a long way in both books and real life.
And today is Kindness Day. How's your pink? Unity Week Day 2 is about pink. And as you can see, Elka has dressed up in this adorable bandana. Stand for kindness not only on Unity Day, but every day. Let's unite against bullying.
Then Wednesday is a pop of color.
To pop out of your shell.
There are lots of options for bright colors.
And tomorrow, you can wear it all. While we're on the topic of tomorrow, it's an early release with a Hawkmart.
And free lollipops for all.
Yes, it was popcorn.
But it's been changed to lollipops.
PJs and stuffies and blankies are what you can wear on Thursday.
Because
we will put bullying to rest.
And Friday is Color Wars with 6th in blue,
7th in red,
and 8th in black.
So let's do this, Skyhawks!
Got any ideas you want to share for future events for ASB to consider?
Add them to the jar in the LMC.
It's always open for your suggestions and ideas.
Before we reveal today's phone-in, here are Mr. Altmiller and Mrs. Martinson.
Please give them your attention.
Good morning. Today we're discussing lunch expectations. Please give us your full attention because we don't expect to have to repeat this again and again during lunchtime.
First off, when entering the lunchroom, we need to make sure we are walking and not running.
Running should not be happening in the hallways at all, at any time.
Right. Second, within the first 10 minutes of lunch, you need to be placed in the learning lab or student center. Those areas are off limits beyond 10 minutes after lunch starts.
So, if you choose to leave the student center during lunch, you will not be permitted back into the student center. We're shutting down all of the halls during lunchtime. Shut them down.
The learning lab is exactly that. It's a quiet place where students can learn. Some people may be testing, some may be reflecting on why they are marked late for class or tardy to school, but ultimately, it's a quiet place.
Moving forward, students that come in and interrupt the quiet space will be provided a redirection and possibly a consequence. We've been reminding students over and over and over, and all of our reminders, we've just run out. The space is quiet, respectful, and one that provides space for students to grow and to learn.
To summarize, number 1, no running in the halls.
Number 2, first 10 minutes of lunch is for getting food and getting settled.
Number 3, if you leave the student center during lunch, you cannot return.
Number 4, the learning lab is a quiet space.
And number 5, the LMC is a quiet zone also. And if the sign says closed or full, go outside.
Thanks for your attention, Skyhawks.
Back to you, Pri and Harlow.
Thanks, Mr. Altmiller and Ms. Martinson.
Phone in reveal time right now. Don't you love how we connected love to Valentine's Day and Black History?
I do. So here are the details about Love. He was a black cowboy and he wrote westerns.
Even though slavery-era laws made black literacy a crime.
He learned to read and write as a child with the help of his father.
He also had a gift for taming wild horses.
Love traveled to Dodge City, Kansas, where he found work as a cowboy with cattle drivers.
Today's answer was Nat, also called Nate Love.
You should definitely check out more about him online or in a book.
His story is really interesting and few people know it.
Today's answer was C, Nat Love.
Good job to Jack from Constantine's class.
A treat and fake cash await you in the LMC.
Today's thought is from Charles Schultz. All you need is love.
But a little chocolate now and then doesn't hurt.
Have a lovely Valentine's Day, Skyhawks.
Remember bright colors for pop out of your shell tomorrow.
Be sure to follow the code, the Sky Code, which is be safe,
Be respectful,
be responsible,
and be kind.
Thanks for joining us today.
And remember,
We are all Skyhawks.
At this time, please stand for the pledge.
Ready,
Begin.